Hey, what's up? It's Matt in Japan, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking a look at Transformers Legacy Core Class Iguanus. So let's take a look at the packaging. You have a very nice piece of artwork in the upper left. You see Iguanus in his motorcycle mode, and Takara Tomy Generations logo, Transformers Legacy, Transformers down the right, and you have Iguanus there, Transformers Legacy, and it is in open packaging. So if you guys get this figure, just kind of make sure he is, not damaged. And my copy looks pretty clean, looks really nice. Can't wait to crack this guy open. Loving the deco and the colors on this guy. And also very happy to get a Decepticon in the collection. Now on the side, we do see a picture of Iguanus with those laser piercing eyes there. And we see his weapon there. As mentioned, he is a core class figure. Product information on the bottom. On the side, you get your new Legacy image here with the Authentics logo there. And looks like we have Kickback and Skywarp. And I think that's Iguanus drag strip and a profile of Megatron. So very, very cool. On the back, you have your product shot of Iguanus, and he converts in 15 steps to his bike mode. So without further ado, let's crack Iguanus open and see what he's all about. All right, so we have Core Class Iguanus out of the packaging. And let's take a look at his accessory first. He does come with this sort of dual-pronged weapon here, and it's done in a purple plastic with some really nice kind of bronzy gold paint over the top, and you get some red paint on the back as well. So it's a very cool weapon. Actually, a lot of molded detail on this thing. And it's kind of a weapon that we've never really seen before. I really like it. And actually, the fact that it has a 3mm peg here, and on the top it has a 5mm peg, means that you can hold any core class figure can hold it here, and any deluxe class figure can hold it up here. Now, I don't have Skywarp. I don't have the Skywarp's weapon. I do have Hot Rod, but I will not be showing the combined mode for the weapon, as you've seen that before. But anyways, just to show you how this fits in Iguanus's hand, he can hold it very easily. And yeah, it's a very unique weapon, definitely. So let's talk about the star of the show here. Now, this guy is easily the star of the Wave 1 Legacy Core Class figures. This guy is awesome. He just blows Hot Rod out of the water, blows Skywarp out of the water. For a little core class figure, this guy is so cool. I've been playing around with him and just having so much fun with him. First, just a great throwback to the old Pretender toy. I'm really not too familiar with the old toy, but this really does it justice. Just taking a look at that head sculpt first and foremost, you get some nice yellow paint for the eye, and just the sculpt work on the head is just amazing. You see all the little sort of lizard scales and things on his head, and the little parts coming out of the side of his head there. Just the head sculpt is just absolutely amazing. And also the paint on this guy. You have some beautiful gold paint, just the sculpted detail on the paint. You get some nice red paint for the chest. You get some sort of silvery white paint for the waist there. And just the sculpt work on this guy. The legs, you get the sort of very reptilian look to this guy. You get some nice gold paint on the knees. And all over, this guy is just laden with sculpted detail. You get the little spikes on his forearms there. You get some nice black paint on the forearms. And going around the figure, you see his tail sticking out, and that's how he looks from the back. And we'll look more at details in his bike mode, but the paint apps on this guy are just very clean, very crisp. Love that Decepticon mark front and center. Just really nice. I'm just really gushing over this figure just because it's so cool. The amount of detail that went into this and care, and just the sculpt and the paintwork is, top notch. This guy easily takes the cake out of Wave 1 Core Class figures. And just in general, we've never really had a Core Class figure like this before. So just really happy to have this guy, and he's just so much fun. So as far as articulation, his head is just, can move side to side. He can move side to side like that much. There's not a whole lot of up and down, little bit, and a little bit of wiggle waggle there. But yeah, not a whole lot on the head. The arms are on ball joints, and it can go up this much, down, and it can go the full 360, but the back wheels for the bike mode kind of get in the way. He also has a ball jointed elbow, which can go about 90 degrees, nothing at the hands. And for a core class figure, we have waist swivel, which is a bit rare for a core class. He can kick back that much, not so much back. He can kick forward quite a good amount there. And he has about a 90 degree at the knee. And I know I mentioned in one of my other videos, core class figures don't have ankle tilts. Look at this guy. He's got just full on ankle pivots here, which is amazing for a core class figure. So the amount of not only detail, but articulation on this figure is just amazing. Get him in some really cool poses. And I'm really loving this guy. Definitely one of the best pickups of the Legacy Core Class anyway so far. sticking his weapon on there. So yeah, that is core class Iguanus in his sort of beast mode, robot mode. So yeah, let's get him transformed into his bike mode. All right, so before we get into transformation for Iguanus, just want to do a quick size comparison between him and core class Megatron, and that is how they scale. So they're pretty much the same size, I would say. Looks like Iguanus is maybe a little bit taller, I think just because of his head sculpt and also the spike on top of his head. But also because of Megatron's shoulders, I think they even out. So that's how they compare with another core class figure. So we'll take Megatron out, and let's get into transformation for this core class Iguanus. So first thing you want to do is take the back, go on the back here, and you want to lift this part up. This section will fold up and just like that. And it'll soft tab into place in the back of his head. And this little spike on the top of his head will fit in this notch right there. So just want to soft tab that into place. You can hear it click. And then there are two tabs at the top, very small there and there. And those are going to fit in into slots on his chest right here. So you just want to fold that down and make sure those are nice and snug. And one thing about this guy is his transformation is very fun, but it's also everything's really tight and holds together very well. So next thing you want to do is go on the back, and you want to unfold the wheel. So this wheel, the kind of the longer part, you just want to unhinge from there and just pull it down. And then the shorter side, you want to just kind of flip it up like so. And at this point, you can basically just take this one and situate it like that. So basically, you do have the tires in the bike mode already. And then what you want to do is fold the arms forward like so. Fold these guys forward. Just kind of straighten them out. And then what you want to do is just make sure the spikes are facing up. So you're just going to turn like that and make sure the spikes are facing up like so. And then what you want to do is basically on the inside of his fists are little notches that are going to fit on these pegs right here. So basically what you want to do is just kind of squeeze them together. I like to just kind of fit them in there and just kind of peg them in, and they fit very easily. They're very nice and snug. So again, those just fit on the front wheels like so. So we got sort of the first half done. Now on the back, you're going to, again, just straighten out this back piece here. And before we do that, we're going to flip this waist 180. So the tail now becomes the bike seat. And so you should have something that looks like that. And then you got to take his lower legs, turn them 180 degrees. And then also you're going to take the feet and turn them 180 degrees like so. And notice the peg holes on the bottom of his feet. Those are going to peg into the same pegs that we did on the front tire. So basically what you want to do is turn these feet in like so. And then you want to just bend the legs like that so they, kind of get into position. Now the instructions say, if you notice on the side of his legs, there are two little pegs right here, and those will fit into slots on the side of his tail. Now the instructions say to sort of do these at the same time. I find that if you do the wheel part first, it's a little bit easier. So what you want to do is basically take those tabs and put them in the holes in the bottom of the feet. So once you have those situated, these tabs on the side of the bike seat will kind of fall into place. And you do have to kind of move the tail down a little bit and plug them in. And it's a little bit tight, but they should just, snap right into place like so. And basically, there you have Iguanus in his bike mode. So take a look at his details. Like I mentioned before, just love the clean paint apps on this guy. Really nice kind of off-white gray paint for the top here. Really nice clean and crisp Decepticon symbol there. You do some nice red paint there. And of course, all the gold shows through. The gold from his chest and the red and the gold from his kneecaps. And you can see how he kind of folds up and everything hides away. And yeah, just the transformation for this guy is very fun. And I think he's just so different from all the other core class figures we've gotten. Just a nice breath of fresh air. I can't talk this morning. Okay, and basically we have weapon storage here. So you have the 5mm port on there, and that just plugs in like so you can have them armed up there. Now, my only beef with this figure, and I really don't have any, is that, here we go. He doesn't really, his wheels are not wide enough for him to really stand up. So it's kind of unfortunate that he doesn't stand, or what I thought would work is kind of putting this here to make some sort of pseudo kickstand. But yeah, it doesn't really work. So I kind of wish there was something that you could do with the weapon. And it would have been nice if they kind of implemented this like weapon storage under here to kind of make him, make him stand up a little better, something like that. As it is now, yeah, he doesn't really stand up so well. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to just kind of rest him against the backdrop there. And I do have Core Class Starscream here. I'm just going to do a quick comparison. So that's how the two compare. And Starscream is actually, Iguanus is actually pretty big in beast mode, but in bike mode, he's actually pretty tiny. So there's a comparison between him and Starscream. So yeah, they actually scale, the scale's a little bit off or whatever, but he actually turns out a lot smaller in bike mode. So anyways, let's get this guy transformed back into his beast mode and we'll give you some final thoughts. Okay, so if you couldn't tell already, I am absolutely in love with this Core Class Iguanus figure. I think the paint apps are nice and crisp and clean. The transformation is fun. The articulation is great. You have such great posability. And it's something we've never really seen before in a Core Class figure, taken from the old Pretender toy. It definitely does it justice. And easily one of my favorite Core Class figures, if not my favorite so far. So yeah, with that being said, we're going to bring in Core Class Hot Rod. And we're going to do some drop kicking. Here we go. All right. That's what I think of Core Class Hot Rod. Iguanus winner. All right, guys. This has been Matt in Japan. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.